Bruce Lee's father, Lee Hoi Chen, was a Cantonese opera singer in Hong Kong, and his mother, Grace Ho, was born in Shanghai. In December 1939, his parents traveled to San Francisco for an opera tour, where Bruce was born on November 27, 1940, giving him U.S. citizenship. The family returned to Hong Kong in April 1941 and soon faced hardship when Japan occupied the city during World War II. Grace Ho's ethnicity is disputed. Some biographers and Bruce Lee's wife stated that her father was German and her mother Chinese. Other theories claim her father was the son of a Dutch Jewish man and a Chinese concubine, or that her parents were Chinese, mixed Chinese, or possibly English. While some scholars accept a Dutch-Jewish connection, others argue the English ancestry claim is speculative, noting that the Bosman family may have originated from Germany, which could explain the confusion. Lee's father was a Cantonese opera star, which led Bruce Lee to appear in films from infancy, beginning with Golden Gate Girl. He took the stage name Ri Xiaolong, Little Dragon, because he was born in the hour and year of the dragon. By age 18, he had appeared in 20 films. He began practicing Tai Chi with his father at age 7 and had his first leading role at 9 in The Kid, 1950. Lee attended Tak Sun School and later La Salle College. In the 1950s, his father developed an opium addiction, and Lee transferred to St. Francis Xavier's College, where he was mentored by brother Edward Muss. In 1953, Lee was introduced to Ip Man and began training in Wing Chun, despite initial resistance due to his mixed ancestry. Although many students later refused to train with him, Lee continued private instruction with Ip Man and senior students. In 1958, Lee won the Hong Kong Schools boxing tournament and also claimed the Crown Colony Cha-Cha Championship. In his late teens, Lee became involved in frequent street fights, including a serious rooftop fight in 1958 that led to police involvement. To avoid further trouble, his parents sent him to the United States in 1959. He lived first in San Francisco, then Seattle, where he finished high school, worked in a restaurant, and began teaching martial arts, calling his style Jun Fan Gung Fu. His students were notably racially diverse, and during this time he developed techniques such as the one-inch punch and studied boxing. Lee opened his first martial arts school in Seattle, graduated from Edison Technical School, and enrolled at the University of Washington as a drama major. In 1964, he dropped out and moved to Oakland, where he co-founded another school with James Yim Lee. That year, Lee demonstrated his skills at the Long Beach International Karate Championships, gaining attention for his one-inch punch and outspoken criticism of traditional martial arts. In 1964, Lee fought Wong Jackman in a controversial private match, with conflicting accounts of the outcome. The experience pushed Lee to further develop his martial arts philosophy. Although focused on teaching, a 1964 Long Beach demonstration led to television producer William Dozier noticing him, opening the door to his later acting career. From 1966 to 1967, Bruce Lee played Kato in The Green Hornet, starring alongside Van Williams. The series ran for one season and included crossover episodes with Batman. The show introduced Bruce Lee to American audiences and showcased Asian martial arts on U.S. television. Lee insisted on fighting in his own martial arts style rather than the typical Hollywood style and became popular within the American martial arts community. During production, he befriended stuntman Gene LaBelle, and after the show's cancellation, Lee thanked producer William Dozier for launching his career. After The Green Hornet, Lee opened the Jun Fan Gung Fu Institute in Los Angeles. A match with Wong Jackman led him to rethink traditional martial arts, which he felt were too rigid. He began developing a new approach focused on practicality, speed, and efficiency, drawing from boxing, fencing, and various training methods. In 1967, Lee founded Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist, emphasizing the style of no style. Although it became a named system, Lee later felt the name itself conflicted with his philosophy of freedom from limitation. The Jeet Kune Do emblem reflects these ideas and is now a registered trademark of the Bruce Lee estate. In the late 1960s, Lee worked on film projects with writer Sterling Siliphant and actor James Coburn, including The Silent Flute, later adapted as Circle of Iron. He appeared in films and TV shows such as Marlowe, Here Come the Brides, and Blondie, served as a karate advisor on The Wrecking Crew, and choreographed fight scenes for A Walk in the Spring Rain, 1970. In 1971, Bruce Lee appeared in Longstreet as Li Tsung, a martial arts instructor, with his philosophy incorporated into the script. That year, Lee pitched a TV series titled The Warrior, but the concept was later developed by Warner Brothers as Kung Fu without credit to Lee. The lead role went to David Carradine, reportedly due to concerns over Lee's accent and ethnicity. Lee acknowledged the business concerns but was dissatisfied with limited roles in the U.S. Advised to return to Hong Kong, Lee discovered his popularity there from the Green Hornet. He signed a contract with Golden Harvest and starred in The Big Boss, 1971, which made him a major star in Asia, followed by Fist of Fury, 1972, which broke box office records. He later formed Concord Production Incorporated and gained full creative control on The Way of the Dragon, 1972, featuring his famous fight with Chuck Norris. In 1972, Lee began Game of Death, including scenes with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but paused production to star in Enter the Dragon, a joint Warner Brothers, Golden Harvest, Concord production. Filmed in early 1973, Enter the Dragon became a massive global success and cemented Lee's legacy, though he died just days before its release in July 1973. The success of Kung Fu, Enter the Dragon, and related pop culture further fueled a worldwide martial arts boom in the early 1970s. Robert Klaus and Golden Harvest completed Game of Death, 1978, after Lee's death, using only 15 minutes of original footage and a look-alike, with the rest recreated from other films. Lee had originally filmed over 100 minutes, including scenes with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, George Lazenby, and Dan Inosanto, culminating in his character Hai Tian in a yellow tracksuit facing challengers on a 5-level pagoda. The unused footage was later restored in Bruce Lee, A Warrior's Journey. After The Big Boss and Fist of Fury, Lee chose to produce and direct Way of the Dragon instead of other planned Golden Harvest films. Various unproduced projects included Yellow-Faced Tiger, The Seven Sons of the Jade Dragon, The Silent Flute, Southern Fist/Northern Leg, and Green Bamboo Warrior. In recent years, Lee's concepts were revived. The Warrior series, 2017 to 2023, aired on Cinemax, and the Silent Flute rights were acquired in 2021 for a miniseries. Bruce Lee popularized martial arts techniques like the side kick, roundhouse kick, spinning heel kick, one-inch punch, two-finger push-ups, and the nunchaku. He trained in multiple styles, including Wing Chun under Ip Man, Northern and Southern Praying Mantis, boxing, and other Chinese martial arts, integrating footwork inspired by Muhammad Ali. Lee emphasized Jeet Kune Do's principles of economy of motion, non-telegraphic strikes, and adaptability. He cross-trained in grappling with judo and catch wrestling experts, incorporating throws, arm locks, and chokeholds, though he preferred to fight standing. His films often showcased these grappling techniques. Lee's style was influenced by Hong Kong street fighting and rooftop brawls, blending techniques from different martial arts into a practical, hybrid approach. Renowned for his fitness, Lee focused on strength, endurance, flexibility, and nutrition, avoiding junk food and dairy, while practicing meditation daily. He treated his body like a high-performance engine, emphasizing both physical and mental preparation in martial arts training. Bruce Lee studied drama and both Eastern and Western philosophy, building a large personal library on martial arts and philosophical texts. He believed knowledge led to self-knowledge, with martial arts as his chosen form of self-expression, influenced by Taoism, Buddhism, and thinkers like Plato, Descartes, Lao Tzu, and Jiddu Krishnamurti. Lee was an atheist and opposed Confucian conservatism. He also wrote poetry reflecting his emotions and life stages, applying his principle of self-expression. His works, often dark and paradoxical, incorporated themes from martial arts philosophy, such as yin and yang, and used free verse inspired by his idea to be formless, shapeless, like water. In July 2021, over 40 handwritten letters Bruce Lee wrote to fellow Fist of Fury actor Robert "Bob" Baker, 1967 to 1973, requesting drugs including cocaine and psilocybin, sold for $462,500 at heritage auctions. Hong Kong Dr. Poon Wyming suggested cocaine may have contributed to Lee's collapse 2 months before his death. On May 10, 1973, Lee collapsed during a dubbing session for Enter the Dragon in Hong Kong. He was diagnosed with cerebral edema and later a convulsive disorder. On July 20, 1973, after discussing Game of Death with producer Raymond Chow and visiting Betty Ting, Lee took a painkiller for a headache and napped. He was found unresponsive around 9:45 p.m. and declared dead at Queen Elizabeth Hospital at age 32. Lee is buried next to his son Brandon at Lake View Cemetery in Seattle. Pallbearers at his funeral included Taiki Kimura, Steve McQueen, James Coburn, Dan Inosanto, Peter Chin, and his brother Robert. Thanks for watching. If you love this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome content. Drop a comment below and tell us your favorite Bruce Lee moment. We'd love to hear what inspires you the most. And while you're here, check out our other videos for even more inspiring life stories of legends. You won't want to miss them.